There is one huge difference in the England Test side who will take to Eden Park attempting to improve a woeful away record that culminated in this winter's Ashes thrashing. Quite simply, the big man is back. Such is the impact of Ben Stokes on an England team who saw what little hope they had of winning the Ashes in Australia evaporate without him that Captain Joe Root called him our best three players rolled into one. And it is in that all-important all-round role that England hopes Stokes will begin his Test comeback in this crucial mini-series. After stepping up his attempt to prove he is fit enough to act as fourth-seamer in this first Test. You get three players with Ben, and on his day he's probably the three best players in the side all in one, said Root, who will see how Stokes recovers from the 5 overs he bowled in the Eden Park nets off his full run to add to the 5 he delivered on Monday before finalising his team. It's a huge boost to have him coming back into the side because he gives us a really good balance. He pulled up really well from his first net session and hopefully he can progress and do all three facets of his game here. We will have to be careful, make sure he's ready and be quite flexible with how we use him. But it's great to see him playing again, and I know he's desperate to get back out there in his whites and get people talking about his cricket again. England, sensibly, have decided not to return Stokes to the vice-captaincy while he has a Crown Court trial for a fray in August hanging over him, but there is no question he remains the captain's senior lieutenant. It is believed Root pushed for his friend to return from suspension in time for the second Test against Australia, but when the ECB refused, Stokes flew to New Zealand before Christmas for match practice. He returned to international cricket when the ECB became concerned they could be liable for a restraint of trade if they held him back any longer, and it was as if he had never been away in the one-day series here. This, though, is the big return. He's been quite relaxed, said Root. He's such a good character to have around the dressing room because when he speaks he gets everyone's attention and people listen. He's focused on what he needs to do. The immediate beneficiary of Stokes' apparent ability to shrug off back soreness should be James Vince, who will keep his place as long as Root is confident his talisman is fit enough to bowl a decent quota of overs. Only if any doubt remains about Stokes' bowling will Craig Overton come in at the expense of Vince, and England would then rejig their batting order, with their captain possibly moving to where coach Trevor Bayliss wants him at 3. Not that Root sees it that way. No, Trevor's been very supportive of me, wants me to be comfortable as captain and for me to bat where I think I'm going to get the best out of myself, said Root. Throughout this period I definitely feel that has been at 4 and I still think that is probably the best place for me to bat. 4 it seems to be, then, with Vince still at 3 and David Malin at 5 with Stokes returning at 6. If that is the case, then it is another small example of Root stamping his authority on a side that is only just becoming his after 3 Test series in the job. And the most intriguing example of the new captain doing things his way now is the probability that Stuart Broad will not take the new ball. It's a gradual thing, insisted Root. This is the first opportunity I've had to do things my way away from home. I wouldn't say I'm using Stuart as an example. I'm just trying to find the best way of making us successful here. New Zealand can be formidable opponents at home, and an element of unpredictability is introduced by this being the first Test staged under lights in the country. The Eden Park pitch was very grassy 2 days out from the game, and with showers forecast for at least the first 2 days this could be a battle of the seam bowlers, with New Zealand fielding a formidable trio in Trent Boult, Tim Southey, and Neil Wagner. But it is England who have an ace up their sleeve. You have to try, but there's only so much you can do to stop him, added Root when asked if he had to protect Stokes. He's so excited. He so wants to prove a point. It is the presence of a three-dimensional Stokes that gives England the edge, and it is one that should see them win their first away series since their famous triumph in South Africa 2 years ago.